Well, the 6 Mile Loop in Central Park has pitted bikers, pedestrians, and runners all against each other for years as they battle for space on the road, and it can get ugly. Now, a redesign that is supposed to make everyone safer has critics actually up in arms.
Joining us now is Liam Quigley, a reporter from WNYW Gothamist. He's been closely following this issue. Liam, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about this because the intention was safety, but it seems like the redesign has descended into chaos. What have you learned following the story?
This is about sharing. It's like, for years, remember, there were cars in the park up until 2019. The cars are gone. But in that time in between, there's all these new types of vehicles that did not exist 10, 15 years ago. There's one-wheel devices, there's e-bikes, there's basically e-motorcycles. And that's something we've all had to learn how to deal with. And the park is a great example of that because it's gotten so popular over the years.
Sure. Okay, so explain to us what the design is now, because there's a certain lane for walkers, for runners, for bikes, but I think it all kind of maybe gets mismanaged once it actually put in perspective.
Transportation officials with the city say it's a work in progress, but like you've noticed, there's more space for pedestrians, there's a slow lane for bikes, a fast lane for bikes, and the red lights are gone, which is like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
The reason they, transportation officials say nobody was stopping. And you remember for years, maybe one bicyclist would stop. But that was kind of the thinking behind that this is about we all need to look around better. That doesn't make you feel better when an e-bike whizzes by you at 30 miles an hour.
Sure.
But I think it's important to keep in context that there was one fatality in the past 12 months. It was an e-bike rider who, yes, did hit a pedestrian, but they were the one who actually ended up dying from that crash.
I run this 6 Mile Loop a lot, and I have always just operated kind of what we were talking about over commercial break. I'm just always vigilant. I just treat it like any New York City street. So when they did the redesign, I'm like, this is great, but I'm still being extra careful. Have you been able to quantify these close calls?
That's exactly, like, I love the way you said that, because it's like, we can sit here and talk about those numbers, but again, when somebody's zooming by you, that's not being recorded in city data in any real way. So that's, I think, is why they're saying it's a learning curve. And look, coming up this Friday, e-bike speed limit in New York City is going to be 15 miles an hour. That applies to the park too.
How are they going to monitor that, police that? That
is something I'm sure you guys will be paying a lot of attention to. I don't know. On the way here, I saw a sign that said, the speed limit is coming for e-bikes. It's a big NYPD sign, so that's going to be something to watch out for.
In terms of them, trying to police the speed limit, there's also issues where people get knocked over by some of these e-bikes, and there's no way to catch them, there's no way to track them to their owner. Have you had any issues with that, or maybe some word on maybe some legislation changing there?
There's been pushes to ban all e-bikes from the parks. There's been pushes to put license plates on all these e-bikes, and that's, those are ongoing back and forths, and we demand a lot of the people who deliver our food. We demand a lot of so this is a fast-paced city, and we're asking some of these people. So I think this is a good example of we're still learning how do we deal with these new devices.
How do you think this redesign, how can we make it better for everyone all around?
I grew up racing bikes in Central Park. It was a different park then. It was not as chock full of people. I think we all would benefit from slowing down a little bit and just looking out for each other.
It's a tough one. I don't think anyone's ever going to be happy to, and both the pedestrians and the bikers, they fight with each other all the time. No one's ever happy.
In New York City?
Yeah, New York City. Yeah.